Hello duelists, Tombox here at MOS3. Let's just say this is an interview with Ryan Dale. He's also RADRYAN5Ds, check out his channel, please do. He has a lot of good insight, especially people that still want to continue playing pendulum decks. Aside from that, today what did you finish?
I finished first after Swiss and then just lost in top 8.
So he actually finished 5th place today. And what did you play today?
I played Performapal, Draco Slayer, Rescue stuff. Yeah.
What would you call the deck now?
Just Rescue Pals, I think.
The Rescue Rangers, basically. Actually, yeah, it's pretty close to the Rescue Rangers.
Yeah, it could be,
Okay, so what were your matchups today? Your build is super interesting. It's a super big treat for anyone to see this deck.
Yeah, I definitely went off the map on when I was making this. My matchups today, I can't remember which order. I faced an Infernoid, which I knew how to obviously deal with.
One MOS, one with Infernoids.
2 Cosmo, Monarchs, Clifforts, and Burning Abyss PK, which was a feature match. And I really just threw the game 1 real hard, but it's alright.
We'll see.
Yeah, I forgot the flaw. Yeah, 2 Cosmos. I threw out both of them.
You threw out both Cosmos with this.
Cosmos joke matchup for this deck. You just win. Just win with the hot text, basically.
All right, Rescue Rangers can take out Cosmos, and all right, you guys gotta look forward to this deck profile coming up. What was like your most memorable match today?
Oh, geez. I don't know. My deck literally almost does the same thing every single game. It makes
that consistent.
Yes, it makes Dynastor, Magister, Dweller, Master Pendulum turn 1 like almost all the time. Sometimes you'll hit there with the Dweller, Magister, Titanic Galaxy. The most memorable is probably when I dropped 7 Sins on someone and they're like, what is that? Like after I just board nuked them and just attacked for game. I was like, it's my win condition basically.
That is awesome. You know what's hilarious? You've topped every single MOS. You won the very first MOS. You've topped your second place at the second one, and you went first place after Swiss, and you still made top 8.
Yes. The first one was just me playing whatever I wanted to play, basically, which was Infernoid at the time, which is still good versus Necros at that point. The last 2 is literally severe testing, severe, like, careful side decking, and just playing very careful, basically.
Actually trying. Well, okay, I guess we'll go into your deck profile now.
Yep.
All right, Ryan, let's go into your deck profile.
All right. So, I played Draco Performapals. I play 1 Vector. Do you want to detail this or?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The Vector's pretty weird.
1 face-off equal 1 Vector, because there's no point in running more Garnets than you need necessary, in my opinion. So I only played 1 Vector. I didn't think I needed. It's rare to see the 1 face-off, so a 3 Master. The best card in my deck.
Is it? Yes. Okay.
Luster, he takes the back seat now to this, in my opinion.
Back seat to Master. Okay.
Yeah. For Odd Eyes Performapals, I have 2 Phoenix. This is just really good because when you pen someone with Sorcerer, they go up to 3k. If you have Unicorn scale, then you can make one when it attacks go to 6k, then you can Jurigate over to 7k, and you steal games like that. 1 Unicorn. I have a lot of high scales. This deck actually has no high scale problem, which is interesting for once. 3 Sorcerers, staple basically. 3 Lizard Draws. I play 3 because of Rescue Hamster. As long as I have a copy of something in the extra deck, I can just hamster basically, as long as I have 2 copies in my deck. 1 Joker, 1 Monkey Board, and 1 Guitardle. 3 Magical Abductor. Basically, I have a bunch of spells that add 2 counters instantly, and spells that can just make 3 counters instantly. So this just searches any pen monster in your deck.
So what do you search with this most of the time?
If you draw like Sky Iris with Lizard Draw on this, then you can search Monkey Board, pop this with Sky Iris, play Monkey Board, then pen Sork yourself, then play Guitardle Lizard Draw, which is pretty dumb. You can search Luster if you need the Ignister to get it out. You can search Eccentric to pop Domain without even having to have it in your hands. It just does everything. This card's broken in this deck.
Okay, that's awesome choice.
3 Arcane Eccentric. Basically, just kill Domain. And then it also has the synergy with the Hamster to put 1 in the extra. 3 Rescue Hamster. This card, in combination with Brilliant Fusion, sets up a pen 4 by itself, and with just those 2 cards. So it really extends your plays very far in the game, and it can add randomly back like 2 Eccentrics from your extra deck to your hand and reuse spell trap removal and things like that. One thing to note, if you have something in the extra deck and you tribute it, you can target itself and special 2 Hamster, so you can just deck them out of the deck if you want to. Rescue Rabbit, Guts in the Masters.
Your deck right now looks like Rescue Pendulums.
Yeah, basically, it's you open these things, you just set up very strong boards.
I think that's a more fitting name, Rescue Pendulums.
Rescue Pendulums, yeah, probably. Gem Knight Lazuli, basically when you Brilliant Fusion, you dump this with Master Pendulum and you add Master to your hand, and then you blow up Master and summon the Hamster and then go into Dynaster and then all the stuff. It just, this sets up plays pretty well.
How's it in your hand?
The one time I drew it, I didn't lose, so I actually beat someone down with it today. Like my Cosmo matchup. It was kind of scary, but he bricked and I was just like pushing and he got there.
Awesome.
And then 2 Flash Knight. This is 100% filler. I side it on every game. This is a high scale you can get with Painful Decision or Brilliant Fusion to your hand.
That's actually very smart. Like I never thought in my life that someone would use Flash Knight. It's just the most most vanilla of vanilla.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely is. I opted to use this over 2 Vector because Painfuling Vector I had no low scale issues, but I don't have high scale issues. It's just, it makes Painful Decision more flexible. You never wanted Painful Decision Vector anyway because then you cut off face off 100% of the time. And yeah.
Alright. Spells.
3 Brilliant Fusion, broken. Sets up all the plays. You get to summon Joker and Rescue Hamster in the same turn. Does all, it's broken. It's just broken.
The extra normal summon does help a lot.
Yes, because I run a lot of like rescue monsters, so like, and I can Abductor search the Hamster too, so then I just go off harder. So 2 Painful Decision. Just dump Master, add Master, sets up the extension of plays with Dynaster. Yeah, it's a very good card. I used to hate this card, but now I think it's necessary. 1 Twin Twister in the main. I was not playing this before yesterday. It's last minute put in. I was playing double terraforming, but I didn't want to lose to Solemn Strikes in a pen matchup that used Ariadne. I was playtesting against my friend Darren. I lost 4 matches in a row. So I needed to put one more spell trap removal in. Face Off gets you the Luster. 1 Terraforming to get my field spell, which is Sky Iris. Sky Iris is very good. Your scales can never get shot by Typhoons, Twin Twister. It makes Twin Twisters very awkward because people might think I play Solemn Strike or something, but I play literally 0 defense in my main deck, and all I do is want to progress my own plays forward and over again. This helps the spell counters for Abductor, and it solves problems with Seraphonite clogging because you just blow it up. And yeah, it's just a good card.
Let's go into the extra deck, probably the most important part of the deck.
Yes, so the new boss monster of the deck, 3 Dynaster. This basically is just used as a battery for your extra deck. So you recharge your extra deck, you go into rank 8 plays. It's just the best card in the deck. 1 Seraphonite for the Brilliant Fusion, of course.
Just 1?
Yeah, just 1. I only play 1 Lazuli. I don't want to. I can't actually afford the extra deck space. When you see my side deck, I'm side decking 3 extra deck cards. So, yeah. 1 Ignister because you have to. I'm gonna explain these like after. Standard Titanic Galaxy against Monarchs, stops Pantheism, Stormforth, same old, same old. I played Double Dweller.
Is it necessary to play 2 in this format for anyone that's not playing the other decks?
I think if you face anything that is not a Performapal mirror, if you make this turn 1 versus BA, they can't really do anything. If you make it versus Cosmo and the combo build, they can't Fire King Island to extend their plays, so they might brick harder. Monarchs, they miss their Pantheism search, which is pretty key. And they can't, if they set up banish cards before for Edia, they can't get them. So I think this is very important at 2. I would not take one out ever under any circumstances unless it's dead in the matchup, or I am going second. Because every turn 1 board I aim to do puts Dweller on the field. Daigusto Emerald. This is basically recharge my level 8 monsters from my extra deck. I just put in Igniters, Dynasters, and sometimes Magister Paladin to just keep the flow of plays. I have basically an unlimited amount of level 4s. I think my main deck had actually 20 level 4s, and then you have all the cards that search them, which is basically everything. So almost like probably like 35 level 4s or something ridiculous like that. Diamond Dire Wolf. Yeah, pop stuff. Cool note, someone rivaled me today when I had after a rescue hamster, and I just go into this and just pop it because they're all beast monsters, so.
That's pretty smart.
And then 2 Magister Paladin. I play 2 because I feel like you want to go into 1 on turn 1 to search your Eccentric or your Hamster, Joker, Slayer, whatever. And then on turn 2, you need another one for pushes. So I opt to play 2. One thing you'll note is even though I'm playing 3 Lizard Draw, there's no King of the Feral Imps and no Castell. I think Castell is completely mediocre now. It doesn't solve anything that an Abyss Dweller plus a big monster doesn't solve.
You got some special tech here that no one I would think ever used. Ever.
Another rank 8 Lancelot, which was the wrong rank 8. I should have been playing Giant Grinder. This thing only, as itself, came up once. I was facing Cliffort Stun, and he's top decking. I make this, and he loses. But otherwise, this should be Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder. The reason for that is you don't want them to use something like Beatrice to make it lose an Exceed material, because you want to summon this on top of it. This is Pain Gainer. I had no idea what this did until like a week ago when I was just randomly reading sets and I saw this. So what it does is you can put it on a dark rank 8. So you'll put it on in defense mode. It gains 200 defense for each rank you control, and you can detach material to destroy all their monsters with less defense than this card. So basically it's a Raigeki, and you do that with a field of, you go into Dweller and Magister first. Dweller will force out stuff like Prime Monarch or shut down Beatrice, and then after you Raigeki them, you go into the 7 Sins. 7 Sins is just a 4K beater basically. If it lives the next turn, you can detach 2 to banish all their specials and then put 1 underneath the C material. And it has Honor Arc's protection effects. So Cosmo, if they don't have Cosmojo, can't kill this. And basically, when you do the Magister Dweller play with this, if you have another way to put another monster field, you can do 75, 50 plus.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yes, so that's off of just a Master in the Grave or 2 Masters with Pen 5. That's why Dynastor is the best card now in this deck.
All right, so now we're gonna check out your side deck.
All right, so I sided 3 Maxis. I just want them to give me more combo cards, essentially, when I'm going second, and more spell trap removal. So that's basically the reason for that. I played 1 Kirin. This is for the mirror match in BA. You side in. You can search it with Abductor, so then you just pend it, or you can tribute it over the Seraphonite as the additional summon, and then it's just free. So it's very strong. I sided 2 Gamishal because of Dark Planet. Any monster floods, basically like Monarchs 2 with Domain. I was originally siding a full-on Kaiju engine with Slumbers in the side, but I decided to just drop it. Raigeki, this was last minute put in for mirror match, essentially, and BA for the Dweller Raigeki play. Second Twin Twister. Depending on other decks I face, I also play 2 MSTs. Basically, you just want to change if you want to do 2 Twin Twisters, 1 MST, or 2 MST, 1 Twin Twister.
What determines that?
If they're a very stun-oriented deck, if they're very heavy on back row, you want double Twin Twister with 1 MST. If they're literally like clips, you want just all of it, because they run like 18 traps or something ridiculous. If it's like Cosmo, you want just like 2 Twin Twister and an MST if they're the stun variant. If they're the other one, you still want 2 MSTs for the Call and Cause Mojo, but you don't want to really go any further than that. 2 Solemn Strikes. I cut out my Iron Walls for these. Again, 4 Pen Mirror, because I felt it was weak. They actually did nothing all day.
Really? Strike did nothing. You heard it here first.
Because I faced no Pen Mirrors, so there you go. And then I side 3 extra deck cards, Giant Hands, for matchups where Dweller is not as effective. Or against Monarchs, basically. Against Monarchs, I cut out my Seraphonite and Brilliant Engine, so that just replaces it. And then I sided the 2 Utopias.
Not mained.
Not main. They probably should be main. I realize there's a lot of times today that I semi-need to make them. I don't really need to because basically my deck just walls 5 every turn. They can't even hit my life points. So I can just stall there on Magister Paladins, hit an Emerald, and then just kill them with the 7 Sins combo. But this would have helped.
Okay.
They maybe cut a Dweller and a Magister Paladin, maybe. Or I might even cut Titanic Galaxy because I just don't need. I'd rather leave 2 Dynasters as problems for them to deal with.
Okay. Thanks, Ryan, for the awesome deck profile. Really appreciate it. I'm pretty sure some of the... Okay, the deck looks very complicated. I'm sure it has a really high skill ceiling.
Yeah, your turn 1s usually take like 10 minutes sometimes. I'm not even kidding. Like, you can't make a misplay with this deck because then your resources just get thrown out real hard. So you have to play very carefully, but it takes forever because it's super combo centric. Kind of like Synchrons when they would do like spam plays and then this step and this step and this step, the same thing.
So any shout outs you want to give?
Darren for telling me to play Twin Twisters so, you know, I don't lose the mirror matches. Tyler for giving me a ride here. And shout out to Sean.
Who's Sean? And well, that is all we got so far. We got much more MOS content coming up. Darren, that just got a shout out, he is still in the tournament right now. I believe he's going to be making it to the finals. So stay tuned for that. And as always, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV.